but then the Zerg has Muse coming into your main base.
Yeah.
You pick the Zerg, it's closer, but then the Terran has such a strong army. So playing the way that they did early on, they didn't really play super greedy. But I have to say, Terminator, he could have added more gateways to try to help his ally, but he was trying to play a macro game where he's like adding robotics and a Nexus, trying to go down that path once he saw the barracks.
Yeah.
Saying, all right, well, you're going to commit to this, but I'll have the better tech. Didn't work out.
I think that's what he was trying to do. He realized like that effort and Byung were going very, very aggressive. It didn't seem like he was going to be able to get there in time, especially with his opening and going for that Nexus at that point. So he just figured, hey, I'm going to sit back, I'm going to turtle up, I'm going to have a bunch of sentries at the top of the ramp, I'm going to go into Colossi, try to do a push with 3 Colossi, try to push before the other guys have any tech.
Yeah.
Like you said before, maybe go on to the weaker player effort, the one who's closer, the Zerg, maybe able to attack a little bit better into that. He did put it on a good show. He almost was able to do some damage. He almost took out the Lair at that one point, but besides that, you know, not much able to do for him at the end of that game.
If he killed the Lair, which you said he might have been able to possibly even do, you know, actually like, you know, committing to it, killing it, then that would have not only stopped the tech from being able to come out, but also would have stopped half of the mining. And maybe, just maybe, that would have been enough for him to kill the Zerg and then make it into a 1v1.
That would have been insane to see.
Yeah. But as it is, we're going into our third and final game coming up very soon.
And it was Cure, I think.
Against herO, I believe.
Cure against herO, yeah. Cure being the JINAIR Green Wings player,
yeah,
of course.
Terran player, so going to be a TVP. And I don't have any audio right now, so I have no idea when the game's going to start, but I'm sure you, the one who has the power, will let everybody know.
I'll let you guys know.
Okay, so
when I get the power, I'll get it in.
Okay.
I'll let you guys know. The game is starting, guys. Stay tuned. And here up in the top right is that Terran player for the JINAIR Green Wings. It is Cure. And down here in the bottom left, the Protoss player coming out of CJ Entis, playing again in this series. It is herO.
Now, this is going to be a fun one. It's a 2-player map, and it's the map that decides everything. I mean, this is literally who wins this entire preseason. And it's a 2-player map. It's a great grounds for 1v1. Neither race really has a distinct advantage on this map. It's not like, oh, it's super easy for a Protoss to do this, or a Terran is really strong at this. It's just as black and white, pure as it gets to decide the entire preseason.
Yeah, and that's the type of game we have here. You know, we saw herO play before. He did very well. I believe he did win his game to bring CJ Entis to the finals here, and he's playing again against Cure, a player we haven't seen for quite a while, actually.
Yeah. Cure was somebody we saw last season of Pro League, and a player who was decent. I have to say, Cure is somebody that... How do I describe this? There were a few strong Terrans last season, and I feel like Byung was one of the first ones to come out and make a big splash, and it was like, oh, Byung might be the best Terran in Pro League. And then innovation came into the scene, and then you had players like Flash, and you had Cure on the side. And with Cure, you just think, well, he's solid. He's like a mid-tier Terran. Is he one of the best Terrans in the league? No. But now, maybe this is his chance to prove that he is a really strong Terran. And the fact that JINAIR sends him out as the ace player, the final player that they have to rely on, no matter what, on Yeonsu, if it comes down to the wire, is they definitely think he's one of the best on their team right now. And at the very least, since this is the preseason, they want to showcase his skills.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is the preseason, like you said. They want to showcase the skills of the players that they put in here. This isn't for the points. This is for the glory, though. They are playing for the glory. They do want to show off their best players. They're saying, hey, we have a really good team, guys. Come watch us. You know, because not just the people, not just the fans, but sponsors are also watching this. You know, they want to know which teams are looking good for the actual regular season of Pro League. And by JINAIR sending out Cure here, actually, in the last set of the finals is saying a lot.
Yeah, it really is. With these two builds we have, I mean, exactly what you would expect. A 1 gateway expand with Mothership Core versus the Reaper expand with Reactor. That being said, I really like what you said. You know, sponsors are watching, everybody's watching. I know everybody at home, especially those fans who like to bet and talk trash with their friends, and also, you know, to make their liquid bets for Pro League, are sitting at home going right now like, okay, well, it looks like JINAIR and CJ are the top 2 teams right now. When we go to the regular season, we're in a round-robin format. I'm going to be watching these 2 teams specifically I already saw what they're capable of. We haven't seen Kespa teams play StarCraft 2 in a Team League format since last season. There's been a big hiatus. Now I know what to expect. And the Reaper Zealot fight is over, but the Zealot and Stalker are still going to try to poke here. This is, by the way, the reason we don't see a Blighty Poe at the top of the ramp, because it could be picked off easily. Now he just walks into the main base, though, and he's going to try to take out a few SCVs in the recall. How many can he get? That's the question.
He was trying to attack onto the Marines as well, getting one of the Marines, trying to take out the other one. The Stalker really low, all the SCVs chasing it. It does go down, and now with the Zealot just left, a Time Warp also going down. So the Mothership Core is probably going to get killed by these Marines. Maybe not.
Well, it's not going to be killed, but it's going to be very low, and then he's going to have to fly away. He wants to get more SCVs, but he can't. That was relatively successful. And oh, now actually with the Stalkers back, everything changes. He's going to have to pull more SCVs here. And any SCV time that's lost is exactly what herO wants. And if he can kill an SCV, that's like a bonus.
Yeah, and if you guys did see on the production tab, he was building a Stargate before making that Nexus, so Chrono boosting out this Oracle now at the same time. And now going in there, taking out a bunch of Marines. I mean, he does have 2 barracks and 1 with the reactor, so he's going to be able to get a bunch out here, but Cure is going to be able to do, or I should say herO is going to be able to do a lot of damage with that Oracle.
Yeah, this is a textbook example of how that early Stalker Zealot Mothership Core aggression can really set you up for a great Oracle follow-up, especially if, when he gets in here, if he kills a Marine or 2, or kills an SCV or 2 and then walks away, then comes back, kills a few with that new Oracle buff. If he keeps the Oracles alive, then he can come back in with 2 at a time and do even more, so it just kind of snowballs a little bit if you can get away with it. As a Reaper coming in here to scout, he's not going to see the Oracle until too late, but how will he respond? Okay, now he sees it. He needs to prepare at home. He has his Marines split. 3 Marines is not enough for an Oracle, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see here. And he actually split his Marines. Where I don't know where the other Marines are. They went to the natural. But now the SCVs are going down. And if he saves the Oracle and the second Oracle arrives, things are going to become a disaster.
Oh, and almost loses it over all the Marines there. Though he does have 7 kills and now coming down to the natural. The second Oracle is also coming in here, like you mentioned. And back at his home, he is making a Twilight Council with that second base. So doing a bit of economic damage while taking up at the same time.
There's just not enough anti here. There's no eBay. There's no turrets. He teched really quickly to the factory, but he didn't play safe enough, and now he's basically cowering in a bunker. As he pulls his Marines outside of the bunker, that's what happens to them. And he's just really putting the hurt on this mineral line. 12 workers killed in total, and he keeps both Oracles alive, while back at home, able to continue to build probes, to have that Nexus up, to continue to tech. He has the Forge up, for example.
Yeah, that is a big advantage going into the mid-game here. Those 2 Oracles together had 15 kills in total. At the same time, though, with that big aggression, he is teching up here back at home. He is getting Blink now and getting the +1, like you mentioned, for the armor upgrade back at home. So probably going to put on a bit of aggression here. He did do a lot of economic damage, like you said before.
And even, you know, against a Terran player, it's not always about killing the SCVs, it's about killing the army. And if you come in here like this and kill some Marines, get an SCV, even dropping a mule would be nice. Turns off his attack, gets away, keeps the Oracles alive, and they can even be useful in an attack later on, or for revealing medevacs with that Revelation ability. There's so much utility in an Oracle, especially if you can keep it alive.
Yeah, that's a very good point. If you keep it alive, it has a lot of utility in the later stages of the game.
Just kind of hovering around here, trying to see if we can find any brave Marines who came to look to see if the Oracles are still around. Blink is almost done with the 4 gateways going out. I think we're going to see a Blink timing following this up.
And that makes sense. I mean, he did a lot of damage. He took out a lot of Marines as well as SCVs, like we said before. And he is going to make those 4 gateways and do a big Stalker timing here, adding another one, 5 gateways now. 6 gateways. This is definitely going to be an all-in attack.
Yeah, this is a great choice. This is what I was talking about before. A lot of people really underestimate the value. Against a Terran, harassment is oftentimes better against army than it is against SCVs. If you can kill the army and keep the army low, the SCV count is not as significant as a Terran player because you have mules to drop, so you're always going to have a decent mineral income no matter what. If you have 2 mules only mining, your mineral income is decent. Like, it's okay. Yeah. So if you keep that in mind, harassing the Marines and how successful that was, he knows that this attack follow-up is really smart. He's misreading this. He's misreading this entirely. He sees all the gateways, and his response is to start a command center. That's not the right choice.
Yeah, I do not agree with this. Getting the nice Revelation onto all those Marines is actually going to be huge. Now with 8 gateways in total, like our observer said before, he is going to have a huge Blink Stalker force, even getting +2 for armor. These Marines are going to do nothing against this Blink Stalker force.
And the thing is, he sees the Marines coming. He's actually going to possibly even go and chase them while they're out on the middle of the map, totally away from any bunkers, any sort of defenses. There's the blink forward. Continues to chase. You can see them. He has vision of them still with that revelation. He's continuing to chase. They're still in the bunkers. I don't think Cure is taking this push as seriously as it needs to be, especially because not only can this attack happen at the natural, it can attack at the main. The oracles are there for vision. They're also going to be able to do a decent amount of damage. There's another revelation going down on this army, so knows exactly where it is at all times.
Yeah, no bunkers here at all. You see all of those sentries as well. It's going to be huge. A time warp even going down, and now with all these blink stalkers, they don't even have +2 yet. He doesn't even have to wait. Coming in here already poking onto all of these Marines and doing so much damage.
Yep. This is going to be so difficult for Cure to defend, especially more Stalkers coming in here. Sentry's always ready for the Guardian Shield, which is one of the reasons why he's not blinking into the main. +2 armor will finish before +1 attack. Time Warp is on the ramp at the top, and with good Blink Stalker Micro here, how in the world is Cure supposed to hold this without bunkers? It's just not going to happen. His Marauder count is so low as well. It doesn't matter if he has Combat Shield. It doesn't matter about the stem. This game is essentially over. Cure down to the last rope here, down to the wire.
Yeah, already putting in so many SCVs. They're losing so many SCVs. All of his army as well. herO barely even microing there. He was blinking his Stalkers back a couple at a time. He is going to be able to hold this off, it looks like, for now, but with a ton of Stalkers coming in here, being warped in, 8 Stalkers in total, blinking onto the army. You can see in the army supply, guys, it is 100 to 75. All of these Blink Stalkers in the main with +2 armor, doing so much damage to the armor of Cure. That is GG. CJ Entis takes it 2-1. herO taking the last game.
CJ Entis is our champion of the preseason. What an awesome preseason we had, though. Just so many back and forth strategies, macro games, cheeses, all-ins, 2v2s, 2v1s. Yeah. It was crazy. I have to say I was really impressed with how CJ played this, especially the way they played their 2v2s. They were by far the best 2v2 team in this entire tournament, and that's something that's really it's a key strength, because basically if you're terrible at 2v2, if you don't have a good 2v2 team, then basically you're just already one game down in a best-of-3, so you have to win.
Yeah, CJ Entis, I believe they won every single one of their 2v2s. Effort and Byung, such a good 2v2 team. You guys see the results there on the screen. Pig Baby taking that first game against Hydra. That was an awesome game. Go back and watch that if you guys didn't. Really back and forth. And then for the last 2 sets, we had Effort and Byung, of course, winning that 2v2, and herO winning the last set against Cure.
I was a little bit disappointed with the final set, the way that we saw the command snare as a reply to an all-in. That was really strange, but you know, a really nice execution there by herO. Of course, Pro League 2014 will start on the 29th of December. It will be broadcasted on Sundays, Mondays, and Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Korean Standard Time. That's, if you look at your clock right now in Korea, 3 hours before now. So if you're looking at your clock right now, turn it 3 hours back, and that's when we'll be starting every single Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday for 2014. Yeah,
make sure you guys turn into that. There definitely will be a ton of really good games, as we got a little taste of here in the preseason. So many of these games are so fun to watch and cast. We have so many close games also, so many back and forth games. A lot of Protoss domination with the big death ball.
Oh yeah, you know, this is actually, I love the hype that this creates for, and tension for Zerg players around the world everywhere, basically saying like, I don't know if Zerg can actually beat Protoss right now if they're able to make these death balls and actually just make compositions work no matter what. It's been pretty crazy.
Yeah, it definitely has been.
So this is it for the preseason. I'm Wolf. This is Brendan with me. Don't forget to follow the two of us on Twitter. I'm at ProxyWolf. He's at Brendan Valdez. He's new to Twitter. He's learning it. Tweeted him a lot of, you know, suggestions and ideas about Twitter, because he's trying to figure out how to use it like a grandpa trying to figure out like one of those old Nokia phones.
That's basically how it's going so far. But I'm trying. I'm learning. I'm going to get there.
Well, it's been a lot of fun commentating with this with you. And that's it for us. So see you guys next time.